Hi, it's Alana. Welcome back to YogaYin. Thank you so much for joining us today. I put together a fertility sequence for you today. It is a little different to the fertility sequences we have been doing. This one has been made for a student who has PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. And she needs it to be under half an hour, and she needs it to be for the morning. So what I've done for her is directed her to another video of mine for the evening, which is a video for insomnia. You can find it on my channel. It's a 20-minute video for insomnia. So for those of you who are struggling with sleep and struggling with anxiety, that's a great one. But this one is for the morning, and it needs to be strong for fertility. She's not experiencing ovulation at the moment, and so we need to get the reproductive system activated, the ovaries activated. She's got a high follicle stimulating hormone, which suggests that, she is not ovulating at all. So there's going to be a lot of practices for fertility to get that stimulated. For those of you who like an energetic practice, you're going to love this. But I've also got a couple of practices in there for the PTSD, for clearing and for balancing and for calming. So I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know. And if you'd like a personalized sequence of your own, please contact me on Facebook. Namaste. Okay, so when you're ready, I want you to come to your mat. And I want you to begin this sequence by standing on the mat. So I want the feet hip distance apart. So just look down and check your feet, because often we think our hips are much wider than they actually are. So come back to where the feet are directly underneath the hips. And we're going to really focus on grounding in this sequence. So I want you to just stand and see if you can feel the weight beneath your feet. And I know that sounds silly because you're standing on your feet, but really see where you can feel the weight in your body and see if you can feel it in your feet. Good. When you're ready, just rock your weight backwards and forwards. And find your center. Pick up your toes and spread them, engage the muscles in the legs, plant them down. Pick up the heels just slightly, plant them down. Soften your knees. If you lock them back like I do, just release them. Bring your pelvis into correct alignment. And then gently tuck the tailbone under without gripping through the tummy. Want the tummy nice and loose. Roll your shoulders back and down because we have a tendency to hunch them, so open them up like so. Arms are nice and long, straight, and they're soft, but they're strong. Drop your chin so that you're looking straight ahead and just hold Tadasana, mountain pose, for a couple of deep breaths. You'll know when you've got it because you feel like you could stand there forever. When you're ready, I want you to inhale and raise your hands up and over your head, bringing them together. And then gently inhale here and exhale. Just fold to your right hand side. Hold it here, looking straight ahead into half moon pose. Beginning of our lateral stretches, working into the liver and gallbladder meridians for fertility. Two more deep breaths. Inhale, come back up and just release the arms and fold forward. Soften your knees here. Allow your head to drop. Couple of deep breaths in Uttanasana. Weight forward over the toes and inhale. Roll all the way up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And calming back to center. Beautiful. Stepping it out to Trikonasana. One of our favorite fertility poses. Right foot, the heel is coming to the center of the back foot, unless that doesn't work for you. So just move that foot wherever that makes you feel comfortable, because we're going to twist the hips to the center. And inhale from here, from the heart to the fingertips, stretching out, and exhaling, folding from the hip and placing the hand either on the leg with no weight, or bringing the hand right to the tip of the fingertips. Bring the other one to your hip first of all, and then turn the body and look up. And then raise the arm towards the ceiling, spread the fingers. Keeping those fingers nice and active, whole arm active. And if it hurts your neck to look up at the ceiling, just look forward or look down at the foot. 3 more deep breaths here. Waking the body up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, look down at the foot. Inhale, come all the way back to center, and then step the feet out a little wider and bend that right knee so that it's directly over the ankle. Inhaling again, and this time just dropping the elbow down to the knee and bringing the other hand to the hip, or if it's available to you, coming all the way to the floor, and then reaching the other arm up and over, turning the head to look at the ceiling and holding it here. 4 more deep breaths. Feel that stretch. Anchor down through your outside foot. Find the ease within the stretch. Beautiful. And inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Swap over to the other side. Trikonasana first of all. Inhaling, heart to the fingertips. Adjust your feet. And exhale and tip. No weight on that leg. Other hand coming to the hip. Bringing it all the way down to the mat if that feels okay for you. And then reach up towards the ceiling. Hands active. Inhaling. Another 4 deep breaths here. Find the softness, the ease within the pose. And then inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Step it out a little wider. Knee directly over the ankle. Inhaling. Exhaling. Either to the knee or down all the way to the mat. Bringing the other hand to the hip. Bringing the arm up and over. 5 deep breaths. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, look down. And inhale, come all the way back to center. Beautiful. Now step your feet out nice and wide. Just as wide as you can manage without being ridiculous. And then the outer edge of your foot is parallel for the mat unless you have any knee issues or ankle issues, in which case turn your toes out. From here, we're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana, A to D. This is all about grounding, so it's going to be really good for that PTSD or for those of you who suffer from anxiety or depression. Inhale here, heart to the fingertips. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale and fold to halfway. Placing your hands in front of, or between, or behind your feet. Inhaling here and exhale, sink your head towards the mat. If you can bring your head to the mat, do so. No weight in the head. 5 deep breaths. Good. Inhale, look up from here. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale and release. Okay, and again, inhale, reach out. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, open out and exhale. This time, keep your hands on the hips all the way forward. Folding forward here. Drop your head. Weight is forward over the toes. When you're ready to come up, inhale. Come all the way back up here. And exhale, release. Inhale again. Exhale, this time tuck your hands behind your back, like so. Palms facing inward. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Now, if you find this uncomfortable on your shoulders, just release the backs of your hands to your lower back and fold forward here. Completely up to you. And inhale, come all the way back up. Last one, Prasarita Padottanasana D. Release here and inhale, open out the arms. Exhale, bring them to the hips. Inhale, open out the chest and exhale, fold forward to halfway. Tuck your chin in here. And from here, take hold of your big toes with your middle index finger and thumb. Bend your knees if you need to here. Take hold wherever you can. Inhale and exhale. Release. 5 deep breaths. Slow the breathing right down now. Inhale, come back to center, hands to hips. All the way back up. And then release it here. Turn your toes out now. Beautiful. And we're just going to keep the hands on the hips. And we're going to gently circle the hips. My student has said that she particularly likes these. And I want you to really just release off any tension in the hips. We want to keep this area as free as possible. Extend your exhalation, just release. And then reverse those circles. So it's like we're belly dancing, really. And if you're feeling particularly tricky, you can try a figure of 8 or figure of infinity. Very, very good for the lower back. Very, very good for the uterus. Beautiful. And then come back to center when you're ready. We're going to do a couple of rounds of Qigong. So turn your toes out towards the corner of your mat. I'm going to move back so you can see me. Inhale and pick up the earth and bring it to the heart. Deep squat here. Push your hands together, inhale and exhale. Take them out to the sides, push out through the palms. Inhale up and over the head, hands to prayer. And exhale, interlace them behind the back. Open up, fold forward, drop the backs of the hands, drop the head. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Bend your knees, sink your pelvis down. Drop your hands between your feet, roll all the way back up. And now Qigong again, just sweeping the earth, letting it go. Breathe out through the mouth. It should feel really good. One more. Whew. And come back to center. Not worrying too much about Tadasana spine, but I want you to gently twist through your spine now, starting with the lower back, keeping the arms nice and low. Allowing your breath to return to its regular pace. Raising the arms now to shoulder height, working through the middle spine. And now raising them up and over the head. Working into the shoulders. Slow it right down. Start to bring it back down. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Working your way all the way back to center. Coming back to a neutral spine. Take the tips of your thumbs, the tips of your forefingers together, Yoni Mudra. Place the hands over the belly and close the eyes if you haven't already. Now, can you feel the weight in your feet? As you stand straight, let the body soften. Feel the weight drop in the body. And when you can feel that weight in your feet and your lower legs, bring your awareness to your lower belly. Breathe into the lower belly. Gently extend your exhalation so that it's longer than the inhalation. Just bringing your focus, your awareness to the womb. Feel an ease in the body. One more breath here. And then I want you to float your eyes open and come down to your mat. Alright, we're going to come into pose of a child, Halasana. I want you to have a pillow or a blanket in front of you. Take your knees out to the side, your big toes together. And then I want you to just rest on that pillow. Or you can take your arms either side of the body. It is really up to you. Whatever feels the most comfortable. One more breath. And then look up. Take the pillow away. Stretch your arms out nice and long. Drop your forehead to the mat. Let the belly be free. And then inhale, come into cat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, looking forward, inhaling to open out the throat, try not to dip too much to the lower back, and exhale and curl and drop the head, couple rounds of cat. Coming back to a neutral spine. My students specifically asked for sexy cat. So I want you to move your knees out towards the side of your mat. And when you're ready, practice sexy cat. Just circling the buttocks, first of all in one direction. Really freeing up the lower back and the pelvis. And then reversing those circles. Make sure you're isolating the lower back lumbar spine area and not sort of coming back in circles, but just keeping it there. Good. And then come back to a neutral. Beautiful. Come into a seated or a kneeling position. I'm going to come into a kneeling position because we're going to practice some yogic breaths now to finish off. And I find that it's better with my spine completely straight in a kneeling position. If you want to come into easy cross-legged, please do so. We're going to practice a breath now called Kapalabhati or shining skull breath. This is actually, rather than just a breathing technique, this is actually a cleanser. It's very good for settling the mind, warming up the body and preparing the mind for meditation. But it's not one of those breaths that is going to make you tired or sleepy for the rest of the day. Some people will always practice this at the beginning of a morning practice. I like to practice it after the asana because I think it settles the mind. So it's just a bit of a different purpose. And what we're going to do is just come with me for a moment, is we're going to inhale, and I'd like you to just place a hand just over your belly, about where the belly button is, and just inhale. And deliberately expand the belly as you inhale. Feel that hand on the belly rise. And then we're going to exhale quite forcefully. And you're going to find that what happens when you exhale like that is the inhalation just drops in naturally. And I want you to keep exhaling forcefully as it does. And we're going to do 10 rounds. So come with me. Inhaling. And then just breathe naturally again. So sometimes it's called bellows breath. And we're going to do 3 rounds of 10, and I don't want you to do any more than 3 rounds of 10. And if you suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, I don't want you to practice this. This is specifically for my student because she tends towards depression rather than anxiety. So when you're ready, inhale. So that's our 3 rounds. So just sit quietly. Close the eyes if you're comfortable. And we're going to finish off today practicing nadi shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So what I want you to do is take the index finger and the middle finger of your right hand, or your left hand if you're left-handed. Place it in between the eyebrows at the third eye. And what we're going to do here is we're going to breathe in through one nostril and block off the other one, and then breathe out through the other nostril. So first of all, we're going to block off the right nostril with the thumb and inhale through the left nostril for a count of 4. Block off the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril, count of 4. Breathe in through the right nostril, count of 4. Block off the right nostril, breathe out the left one, count of 4. Good. I'm going to do 4 more rounds. I'm going to count with you. When you're ready, breathing in through the left nostril. 2, 3, 4. Hold left, exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Block off, exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Bring your palms to your lap, facing upward, tips of the thumbs together. Allow your breath to return to its normal pace. And then float your eyes open when you're ready. Okay, so that is our fertility sequence for the morning. Lots of quite strong fertility postures to work into the liver and the gallbladder meridians, to work into the pelvis, to get the ovaries functioning, to get the reproductive system functioning as it should. Also some techniques there for post-traumatic stress disorder, working very well in particular with depression. So I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know how you go. Love your feedback. Namaste.